Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the 44th installment of my YGO Duel Links Best Deck series. Today I'm going to be showing you a variant of a Destiny Hero deck based around Masked Heroes and Vision Hero Witch Raider. So a couple things before the video starts. First of all, I've tried to streamline the talking part of my videos to make it a bit quicker to get through to the gameplay, as that seems to be what most people want. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. And secondly, this deck isn't fully refined yet, as the cards have only been out a couple of days, but it's just the best variant that or the most fun variant I've been playing with so far anyway. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So here's the deck list. The best skill for the deck is definitely Restart, as there's not really a good skill for Destiny Heroes, so it's best just to have the skill that makes the starting hand more consistent, as there's not really anything else that fits with Destiny Heroes currently. So two things I'm going to point out is obviously I don't have a third Masked Hero Anki in my deck, as I don't own a copy of it yet. It's very expensive to buy packs, and I also don't have Destiny Draw unlocked yet. But those are the cards that I think you'll need in the deck. You definitely need the third Anki, as we'll talk about later on in the video, but basically you'll notice in my gameplays, like a lot of the time I don't actually have lethal because I don't have the third copy of Anki to finish the job. So 2 copies of Anki is alright for the deck to run, but without the third copy you'll find a lot of the time you miss lethal. There's not really much more to say about this deck list other than when you do interchange trap cards and other backline, make sure to at least keep 7. If you get rid of too many of the trap cards, it'll make your Vision Hero Witch Raider a lot worse, which I'll talk about in a second as to why that is. If you have too many of them, you're going to find a lot of trouble drawing monsters, and if you have too little, then your Witch Raider is going to be really bad. So I think 7's a good balance. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the strategy behind this deck and basically how it functions. So first of all, you have Vision Hero Witch Raider. Vision Hero Witch Raider has 2 main abilities. First of all, she can be tribute summoned by using trap cards or monsters, and the second ability is when she is tribute summoned, she destroys all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. So the idea with this deck is if you can open with this card, that's what you open with. You open with this card before going into the rest of the strategy for the deck, as it will destroy your opponent's backline and set up for an easy turn. The most notable card that works well with Witch Raider is Powerful Rebirth, as when you activate Powerful Rebirth, it brings 1 monster onto the board and itself stays. Therefore you'll have a trap card and a monster, so you can tribute summon out your Witch Raider. The next part of the deck is Mask Change. This card is so strong in the deck, basically only because it is a quick play spell. It can be played during nearly any time and can be played from your hand. What Mask Change does is it allows you to swap out 1 hero monster you control with 1 masked hero monster you've got in your extra deck with the same attribute. So in this case, all your heroes in the deck are dark monsters, so all can be swapped out for Masked Hero Anki. This also includes Vision Hero Witch Raider, even though I haven't shown it in the visual. What Masked Hero Anki does is he has 2 effects. The first, he's able to attack your opponent's life points for half of his attack damage, and the second is when he destroys an opponent's monster, he can add another Mask Change to your hand. So this is really where the combo comes in. As soon as you get a Masked Hero Anki out on the board, and as soon as he destroys an opponent's monster, you can just chain in another Mask Change to summon another Masked Hero Anki to do more damage. So normally once you get this ball rolling, you can kind of just kill your opponent in 1 turn, especially if you do have 3 Masked Hero Anki in your deck. So due to how versatile Mask Change is, you can use it during the battle step. This is what makes it so important with the deck, as you can use it when you swing in with any of your Destiny Hero monsters to bait out your opponent's backline, and as soon as they activate their backline, you can activate your Mask Change to swap out your monster. So you can just swap out any monsters you like at any time, making it really hard for your opponent to target anything you control. If you don't really understand how this deck really functions yet, don't worry, at the end of the video there'll be gameplay that just shows off it in action, which will just basically just give you a brief rundown of how it works. So the last thing I'm going to explain as part of the talking part of this video is the 3 Destiny Hero monsters and what their functions kind of are. What Destiny Hero Drilldark does is when you summon it, it allows you to summon another Destiny Hero monster with less attack or equal attack to Drilldark. So this includes every single Destiny monster you've got in the deck. The other effect of Destiny Hero Drilldark is when it destroys an opponent's monster, it inflicts piercing damage, so if it hits an opponent's monster in defense position, it will still do damage to their life points. The second Destiny Hero monster is Destiny Hero Celestial. What this card does is when it's in your graveyard, you can banish it and 1 other Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, as long as you have no cards in your hand, to draw 2 cards. The secondary effect of this monster is when it swings into attack, you can target 1 face-up spell card your opponent controls destroy it and deal 500 points of damage to your opponent's life points. And the third and final Destiny Hero is Destiny Hero Decider. This card has 3 effects. The first is it cannot be targeted for an attack by a monster that is level 6 or higher. This is very important when it comes to playing against decks like Cyber Angels, which are all level 6 or higher monsters. The secondary effect is when he is summoned, you can choose to add 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard to your hand at the end step. This can be really useful when you use Mask Change, as obviously when you play Decider, you can then activate your Mask Change on any of your other Destiny Heroes and add them back to your hand at the end of the turn. And the final effect of Destiny Hero Decider is, when it is in your graveyard, if your opponent tries to deal effect damage to you, you can add it to your hand and the effect damage becomes 0. Keep in mind the final 2 effects of this card can only be used once per duel. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the talking part of this video. The rest of this video will be probably 3 or 4 gameplays of this deck in action showing how it works. Keep in mind that this is a couple of days after the cards came out, so as I said, I don't have the third Anki, so the gameplays are a little bit lackluster. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Comment, let me know feedback on specifically if you like the new format of my video. If not, that's completely fine. I don't expect to get hugely positive feedback on this. But thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.